Cognitive dissonance is the uncomfortable psychological tension that appears when your beliefs, values, choices, or behavior contradict each other. It is the strange feeling of knowing something is wrong while continuing to do it, believing one thing while behaving in another way, or defending a decision that deep down you no longer feel comfortable with. The mind naturally wants consistency, so when reality conflicts with the story you have created about yourself, it often begins searching for explanations that reduce the discomfort. You may make excuses for behavior you once promised yourself you would never accept. Convince yourself that a harmful relationship is actually meaningful, or insist that you are happy with a life that quietly leaves you feeling empty. One sign is constantly rationalizing your choices, creating elaborate explanations for why you had no other option, even when another path was available. Another is becoming unusually defensive when someone questions a decision that you already secretly doubt. Instead of examining the contradiction, you may attack the person who points it out because their words force you to confront something you would rather avoid. You may also change your standards depending on the situation, criticizing others for behavior you excuse in yourself, because admitting the inconsistency would threaten your self-image. The greatest tragedy of cognitive dissonance is that the mind can become extremely skilled at protecting a comforting illusion. The more time and identity invested in a belief, relationship, career, or decision, the harder it can become to admit that something needs to change. Sometimes you continue walking down the wrong road simply because turning around would mean admitting how far you have already traveled. Recognizing cognitive dissonance is not about judging yourself for being inconsistent, because every human being experiences contradictions. The important question is whether you are willing to examine them honestly. Healing begins when you stop asking, "How can I prove that I am right?" and start asking, "What if I am protecting myself from a truth I already know?" You can change your mind without becoming weak. You can admit a mistake without destroying your identity. You can leave a situation that once mattered without believing that everything you invested was meaningless. Real psychological strength is not the ability to maintain the same beliefs forever. It is the courage to update your beliefs when reality demands it. Sometimes the discomfort you feel is not something that needs to be silenced. Sometimes it is your mind telling you that the life you are living and the person you believe yourself to be are no longer moving in the same direction. And listening to that discomfort may be the beginning of genuine change.